Good evening and welcome to the Norwood Board of Education meeting for November 16th, 2017. I would like to call this meeting to order. Item number 2 is the roll call. Mr. Strasser, call the roll, please.
Horsley.
Here.
Miracle. Here. Faulkner.
Here.
Bryant. Here. Scott Dracy.
Here. Item 3 is Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item number 4 is the adoption of the agenda. I would like to make a motion that we approve item 4. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Miracle. Call the roll, please.
Horsley.
Yes.
Miracle.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Scott Dracy.
Yes. Item number 5 is the approval of minutes for the committee meeting on October 10th, 2017, and the regular meeting from October 19th, 2017. I would like to make a motion that we approve item 5. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bryant. Call the roll, please.
Horsley.
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Miracle.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Scott Dracy.
Yes. Item number 6 is presentations. Mrs. Sabo.
Thank you, Madam President. We have with us this evening Williams Avenue Elementary, their art teacher, Karen Dilly. Karen, come on up. She's going to present to us some work from her special students called Making Space for Makerspace. Mrs. Dilly, welcome. Mr. Gabbard, the principal, is also here with us this evening. Mr. Gabbard, welcome.
Does she need the screen? Do you need the screen?
I do need it. And we need
I'm excited to share this with you tonight. I've been looking at my students over the last few years, and I've been noticing how much they enjoy working with their hands and how little opportunity they really have in their lives to do that. So in my classroom, I've been looking for ways to bring that to them more often. And I came up with this idea of makerspace, which is not solely mine. It comes from a number of different sources, and I'd like to share that with you tonight. It comes from the idea of STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And that's basically an effort to bring to the fore the skills that are needed in the 21st century for our students. So it's to provide them opportunities to grow creatively, to learn problem solving, to learn some of those more difficult skills. And STEM is this arena of science, technology, engineering, and math is the right place to do that. And as that started, there started to be labs like the Maker Lab down at the library here in Cincinnati, excuse me, and places like that. And then shortly after that, they realized that what had happened was they had missed one component, and that was the arts component. So rather than STEM, it's often called STEAM now. And that arts piece is in there for the sake of the design and the creativity part. And when I did some research and found all that out, I was really excited because some of those things were already happening in my classroom. We had days that we called Centers Days, and we were using those to do visual thinking and visual skills activities that were not specifically art making. And so these are some photos from my classroom where they're building with blocks and they're working with different construction techniques. And the first picture there is the light box, which is new to us this year. And the students have been real excited to have the opportunity to work with that and to learn the different ways that they can work with that. Whoops, wrong thing there, sorry guys. All right, so here I am at the beginning of the year. I've made a section of my room that's called Makerspace, and I'm introducing the concepts and the tools to the students. And so in the first picture there, you see the students using the hand drills. And so I taught them the chuck and the bit and how to put the bit in the chuck and all of that. And then we designed a lesson where they could actually practice that skill. And it was to drill holes in a bunch of plastic lids that I had. And then a bunch of the different students threaded those onto string. You can see that in the next two pictures. And that was done across the grade levels. The hand drills are just used from 3rd grade on up, but all grade levels helped with the stringing. And there are going to be 8 of these that hang together in the hallway above our heads so that it's like an installation that you walk under in the entry of the school. And the kids have been so engaged in this, and it's neat to see them say, like just randomly when they're in the art room, can I go use the hand drill? They want to get back and use those tools again. I keep hitting the wrong thing. All right, so now that the kids have sort of been introduced to the tools, they've learned how to use the hand drills and the light box and the hot glue gun and the various tools that are there, I gave the 5th graders a challenge. And the challenge was that they needed to make either a vehicle or a robot, but the product had to have movable parts, and it had to fit in a specific size space. And so the 5th graders jumped right in on this, and here you see one student starting to map out her vehicle. Oh, by the way, they worked in teams of 4 for this. So they started building, and immediately they started hot gluing bottle caps to the side of their boxes to be the wheels, not realizing that those wheels weren't going to go anywhere. And so I had to figure out a way to help them recognize that they needed an axle and some other ways to do that. So I said, well, how are these going to move? And they didn't know. And then I said, well, think about what you know about how cars work. And that really didn't help them too much. So I pulled out some old McDonald's toys that I had that had little wheels on the bottom and handed those to them and said, this is your hint, see what you can do with this. And I was surprised how long it took them to come up with the idea of an axle. But one of my groups finally came to me and asked if they could have a pencil. And I said, what for? And they said, well, we want to join this bottle cap to the other. And I said, what you're asking me for is an axle. And they already had wire available, but they didn't recognize its value. So I told them they could have chopsticks. I thought that might be a little easier for them to grasp. And so they used chopsticks to make the first axle, which they then taped to the bottom of their vehicle so that it still didn't work. So it took them a lot of trial and error before they finally got to the stage where this worked. You can see various stages of building here. That picture with the green and red wheels is the team that solved the problem the best. The red cap stays rigid and the green cap turns. That one works really well. So here you see a picture of students working on that. Okay, something is wrong there. And going on to other pursuits there. I have a couple little video clips from the students working on that part of the project. Can you hear that? It was interesting to see the classes solve problems different ways. These next two are really interesting solutions. This reminds me of the old robot on the Jetsons cartoon, the housemaid robot. I don't know what's going on with that. And my third one has disappeared.
Right up above that, 2 above that.
Oh, there it is, thank you.
Okay, you guys solve your problems very differently. Show me how your machine works. You just like spin it and it'll move. You just put it in the screen. Okay, so you use the axle as the cockpit for your person, and the whole thing moves instead of an axle going through it. Yeah, and so what trouble do you think your person might have? Give me a sec. And when we open the car, I'll throw up. But I we cut out a cardboard box or something, and then we hot nailed it in there, and then we put clear tape over it. Spider-Man going up. And then we have a license to make that physical line. But we had China. It was
So you can see they are really excited about what's going on, and I've been very excited to see the very different solutions they've had to problems, and I'm eager to expand this. I've got all kinds of ideas about where I want to go with this for next year.
Great, thank you very much. Certainly some very innovative art classrooms, and so Mrs. Dilly, thank you very much for sharing with us. We appreciate your dedication to being creative in the art room. Okay. I know many of you are here for our Rising Stars, and so those of you who are Rising Stars, in just a minute I'm going to say your name. I'm going to ask that you come down to the front and you get a certificate from our board president, Mrs. Horsley, and you'll stand here in the carpet and face your family with your certificate so we can get a good picture of you on camera, and just wait for all of the names to be named. So to begin, our Norwood High School Rising Star students for November are Julia Inslee, Kayla Schuler, Jennifer Sepulveda, Nate Stamper, Maggie Westerbeck, and Ryan Williams. They, being the sponsor of the school spirit store, which is called the Indian Zone, Mrs. Allison Birch, their teacher, nominated not just one of her students, but the entire staff for the Rising Star Award this month. This group of students, and you heard me name them, Julia, Kayla, Jennifer, Nate, Maggie, and Ryan, never cease to amaze her. They are true collaborators working together as a team for the good of the school community. They are passionate, reliable, diligent, energetic, and committed. They are indeed true representation of school spirit and possess the qualities that make Norwood City Schools great. So thank you to you. Congratulations. And their teacher is here tonight, Mrs. Birch. Mrs. Birch, will you wave to everyone? Norwood Middle School Rising Star students for November are Santiago Valero Vasquez and Ian Davis. Norwood Middle School is proud to announce Santiago Valero Vasquez as the 7th grade Rising Star for the month of September. Santiago sets an excellent example by demonstrating peace builder pride, digital dignity, and Norwood pride each and every day at school. Academically, he excels in his subject areas of reading and history, enjoys reading and playing soccer, and works extremely hard on whatever task he is presented with. Santiago credits his success in school because he is persistent to achieve at high levels. Santiago participates in the school's English as a second language program. Certainly his involvement in Norwood activities and in the community demonstrates his commitment to being a positive influence at school. Santiago wants to make all A's and B's throughout his entire stay here at Norwood, and eventually wants to go to college and earn a degree in computer programming or writing. His hope is to be a role model for other students in Norwood. Norwood is expecting big things from Santiago in the future. It's students like Santiago that make Norwood Middle School a Hall of Fame school and Norwood City Schools great. 8th grader Ian Davis is an exceptional student. He is talented, confident, and selfless. Ian regularly displays his leadership skills in and out of class, whether it's helping a peer with course content or volunteering to assist a teacher with various tasks. Ian is a jack of many trades, ranging from the martial arts to singing to scouts. He brings a wide array of disciplines with him into the classroom. Ian leads by example and honors his commitments. It's been a pleasure having this young man sing in choirs at Norwood, and it's students like Ian that make Norwood City Schools great. Sharpsburg Elementary and Primary School's Rising Stars for November are Kennedy Foster and Nicholas Lomboy. It's with great honor that we select Kennedy Foster as one of our Rising Stars for 2nd grade. Kennedy demonstrates many great leadership qualities in and out of the classroom. She has proven time and time again that she is a student with integrity. She is someone who can always be counted on to set a great example in the classroom. It's evident that academics are valued by Kennedy because of her strong work ethic that she demonstrates daily. Her teachers feel so lucky to have Kennedy in class. She's a joy to teach and a natural-born leader. They are confident that Kennedy has a bright future ahead of her, and it's students like Kennedy that make Norwood City Schools great. The second grade team is proud to select Nicholas Lomboy as one of their rising stars. Nicholas is a student that can always be relied on for his trustworthiness. He is an excellent role model because of the hard work he puts forth in the classroom, as well as the way he treats his peers and teachers alike. He is kind, confident, and motivated. His motivation is shown through his neat, precise work he completes in class each day. It's obvious that Nicholas sets the bar high for himself with his academics. He's always friendly to others and has an easygoing personality. His teachers are so proud of him. We know he will go far, and they're excited to see where life takes him. It's students like Nicholas that make Norwood City Schools great. Norwood View Elementary School's Rising Star students for November are Jathan Taylor and Ella Sokolis. Jathan Taylor is an amazing addition to the Norwood View 6th grade family this year. We are proud to nominate him as a Rising Star student for the month of November. He's on honor roll for first quarter with all A's and 1 B. He works hard and is always participating. He's very friendly and seems to be liked by both students and teachers. A word to describe Jathan is helpful. He's always willing to help in some way, whether it be to pass out papers, help in the classroom, or offer others advice on the computer. The teachers are so glad that Jathan joined the crew at Norwood View. They want to say great job to him. They're expecting all A's next quarter, Jathan. And it's students like Jathan that make Norwood City Schools great. Norwood View's rising star for this month is Ella Sokolis. Ella is currently a 3rd grader at View. She works hard and consistently strives for excellence in the classroom. She comes to class prepared, participates in classroom discussions, and is focused and attentive at all times. She has a strong desire to do well and is willing to put in the extra effort needed to be successful. She's a pleasure to have in class. She's very kind and respectful to her teachers and other students and the staff at View. In addition to her classroom accomplishments, Ella volunteers every morning in the Early Bird Reading Program. According to Mrs. Danielson, the program coordinator, Ella is very reliable and responsible. She really cares about the other students in the program, and she works hard to help these students increase their reading skills. We are proud to call Ella our rising star. We know she will continue to be successful in the years to come. Way to go, Ella. It's students like Ella that make Norwood City Schools great. Williams Avenue Elementary School rising stars are Karina Miguel Robleros and Reese Kanan. Karina is a perfect example of Williams Wildcat rising star. First off, Karina is new to our district. She has made such an easy transition into Williams and right away has become a peace builder. Karina is a very hard worker. She completes all her assignments on time, puts her maximum effort into every assignment, always asks for help when needed, and takes her learning seriously. Karina is also a great leader and role model for all the students in the 3rd grade. She shows compassion and kindness for others. She is trustworthy, and she also shows responsibility. Karina sets a really good example. Karina's polite and respectful of adults and her peers. She knows what is expected at all times, and they are so lucky to have Karina join the Williams Wildcat team. They say it's been such a pleasure to have her in class this year. They're super proud of her, and it's students like Karina that make Norwood City Schools great. Reese Kanan is a spectacular 4th grade student who consistently goes above and beyond as a Wildcat. He provides thoughtful answers to questions and is always willing to take the time to explain things to help other students understand. He is an outstanding role model for his peers, he's well liked for his positive attitude and sportsmanship, while being a model for the Champs and Peace Builder initiatives at Williams Avenue Elementary. His academic skills, work ethic, and friendly personality make him a star student who is respected by everyone at Williams. It's students like Reese that make Norwood City Schools great. Congratulations to all of our rising stars. We're going to ask you to stay right where you are. We want to shake your hand. Can you get us all in there, Mrs. Hadlin? So parents, just so you know, you'll have another photo opportunity just after this out in the main lobby.
Okay.
Can you get us all in?
Got it. Okay,
Okay.
ready? 1, 2, 3. Let me take one more. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Great. We'll take just a brief break in our board meeting, and you may head out into the lobby. We'll get more family photos. So please be sure to see Mrs. Hadlin in the main lobby. Thank you for coming.
I just told her this is for production stuff. We're going to drink. Okay. Good idea.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
We did on the other side of the table.
Thank you.
Started raining 5 minutes.
Thank you. I'm here.
Stories we can tell.
Right.
And every time they got an answer right, dilly dilly.
Yep. I call my son Dylan, I will say, dilly dilly. Like they don't appreciate it, like dilly dilly. And he's like,
It's so cool.
so not cool. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Kitty's not being good down here.
You know we're not allowed to sit together.
You know, I'm thinking that mark on the side of your neck is kind of Star Trek. It's like they've taken your temperature.
Karen can't keep her hands off me.
Like, it's terrible.
Say that again,
All
a
that
little
free
louder.
time.
Hey, we've been married for a little while.
Let's see.
It's okay. We have a license. Every time I kiss Karen.
All right.
That's here. I on this.
That's right.
And then I just get
That's right.
Paid for it.
paid for it.
Many.
Yeah. We can fan ourselves for a minute.
Man, it's warm.
All right, you ready to go? We can move on to item 7, which is our Education Committee report. Ms. Cherry Scott-Geraci.
Thank you, Mrs. President. I would like to make a motion for the following items. Approval of the 2018-2019, can't believe that, Norwood City Schools calendar. Item B is the approval of the January board meeting dates. The organizational meeting will be January 9th. The tax budget hearing will be right after on January 9th. The Records Commission meeting on January 9th. The committee meeting on January 9th, and the regular board meeting will be held January 18th.
We have a motion for item 7A and B. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Miracle. Call the roll, please.
Scott Tracy,
Yes.
Miracle,
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Horsley.
Yes. Item number 8 is personnel or superintendent recommendations. Ms. Sabo.
Madam President, we hope that you'll consider the following categories under teacher contract, resignations, administrative contract, leave of absence, certified long-term substitute, tradesman, position local 392, classified subs for 2017-2018, educational aides and student aides, a resolution to hire non-certified coaches and advisors, certified supplemental contracts, elementary productions, and avenues for success.
I would like to ask for a motion for approval for items 8A through 1 through 11. Can I get a second?
A second?
Second by Ms. Scott Geraci. Call the roll, please.
Horsley,
Yes.
Scott Tracy,
Yes.
Miracle,
Yes.
Faulkner,
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
And then it looks like there are a few more.
Further considerations include pupil activity contracts, approval of employee stipend, I think I'll just do that one.
Yeah, okay. I would like to ask for a motion for item 811. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Scott Geraci. Call the roll, please.
Horsley,
Yes.
Scott Tracy,
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Miracle.
Yes.
And there are two more. It doesn't look like those have a number, but would those still fall under item 11?
No, I need to sustain on those.
Okay. Okay, so then we have, I guess I can call it 11A.
We're going to call that 11B.
11B.
And above that is 11A.
Okay. All right. I would like to make a motion for approval of item 811B. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Ms. Scott Geraci. Call the roll, please.
Horsley.
Yes.
Scott Tracy.
Yes.
Miracle.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Bryant.
Sustain.
And then there are a few more after that.
There are, for further consideration, approval of employee stipend, certified change in status, a correction to the agenda, and that concludes recommendations.
Thank you. I would like to make a motion for approval of item 8B through E. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bryant. Call the roll, please.
Horsley.
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Miracle.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Scott Tracy.
Yes.
Moving on to item 9 is our policy committee report. Mr. Faulkner.
Thank you, Madam President. There are no policies to report on this one.
Thank you. Moving to item 10 is our buildings and grounds committee. Mr. Bryant.
Yes, thank you, Madam President. At this time, we have no request for use of facilities.
Thank you. Item 11 is our finance committee report. Mr. Miracle.
Thank you, Madam President. By recommendation of committee, I'd like to make a motion for item 11A, approval of financial reports for October 2017. Item B, approval of resolution giving authorization to file a modified tax budget for the 2018-2019 fiscal year. Item C, motion to approve fiscal year 2017-2018 total appropriations for the E-rate fund and debit service fund. And item D, motion to approve fund-to-fund advances from the general fund to the athletic fund and from the general fund to the debt service.
Thank you. We have a motion for item 11A through D. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Faulkner. Call the roll, please.
Miracle.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Horsley.
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Scott Tracy.
Yes.
Item number 12 is hearing of the public. We have no requests to address the board at this time. Item number 13 are board announcements. Any announcements from the board? Item number 15 is our superintendent's, or 14 is our superintendent's report.
Thank you, Madam President and board members. We have wonderful news to share. On November the 7th, teachers across the district participated in professional development, and we were able to accomplish very specific goals for the day, and we're grateful for the dedication of the time set aside to work collaboratively as well as develop our skill set. On Saturday, in November, the Norwood Band Boosters hosted a band competition with over 27 marching bands at Shea Stadium. The boosters, the community, and the band members worked to be welcoming hosts to a number of family and fans that attended. We appreciate their effort to provide an opportunity for competition. On 2 evenings, the high school performed the musical Legally Blonde to many guests, and the production was fun for the students to perform and was well attended actually, by many of our community families and guests. Norwood View arranged for a very special Veterans Day celebration on November 9th, and the event was attended by many veterans as they were the focus of the celebration. Students cheered USA as the veterans paraded through the halls of Norwood View. This event has become an annual event, with one veteran coming as far as California to attend. So the View students made a donation at the end of the event to the Matt Maupin Yellow Ribbon Support Center. I'm also happy to announce our middle school football team ended the season by winning the league championship, along with our third graders winning overall, representing the Little Indians. The Norwood Chamber of Commerce has selected Laura Ferguson from Avenues for Success to receive the Outstanding Community Service Award, and that will take place in early December. We're so proud of the work she does on behalf of our students. Tomorrow night is premiere night, and this is an evening when we celebrate winter sports and showcase our after-school clubs. This is the season of gratitude and thankfulness, and I'd like to thank the brilliant teachers and the dedicated support staff throughout the district and the supportive families that make educating children in the gem of the Highlands our priority each and every day. This concludes my report.
Thank you very much. Item number 15 is the Great Oaks report. I do have an update from Miss Lynn Ellis, who was able to attend the meeting for us last week. There was an update from the president, CEO, Harry Schneider, on job placement. There are currently 66 students on job placement. For a senior to be on job placement, they must have a 95% attendance, 3.0 GPA in their Great Oaks courses, and the recommendation from their career technical instructor, and be on track to graduate. Examples of the quality of employers include Performance Lexus, Messer Construction, Cooper Electric, and Dayton Cincinnati Technology Services. This is a great opportunity for these students, I should say, to be able to get on-the-job experience prior to graduation. The special needs presentations, Nancy Mulby and Ed Thoreau had been presenting to the special education staffs at our affiliated schools. The presentation discusses the changes Great Oaks has made in going from the special needs coordinator role to an intervention specialist role. In addition, they are sharing the changes Ohio has made in career technical education. The last item is the District Equity Council. In our continuing commitment to create an inclusive learning environment, the Great Oaks HR Department is offering associates a variety of professional development opportunities. Topics range from discussions on implicit bias, developing empathy and generational differences, to attending the movie Wander and discussing the book Hillbilly Elegy. And if anyone has had the opportunity to read that book, it's very, very good. I did, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. Very, very good. That concludes my Great Oaks report. Item number 16 is Avenues for Success update. Unfortunately, I've not been able to connect or attend any meetings, so I don't have an update at this time for that. Item number 17 is the legislative report. Mr. Miracle.
Thank you, Madam President. I'd like to share a brief background on House Bill 200, which is scheduled for a hearing. House Bill 200 creates the Ohio Opportunity Scholarship Voucher Program, a new statewide program allowing K through 12 students to use a voucher to attend private schools. The bill expands vouchers to students in all districts, regardless of their academic report card rating of their school building or school district. The only qualifier for eligibility is household income. Students whose family income is at or below less than 400% of above the federal poverty level, roughly $98,500 for a family of 4, would qualify. This allows a phase-in period for students currently enrolled in private schools to be eligible for the voucher. If the private school tuition is less than the voucher amount, it allows parents to bank the excess dollars into an educational savings account for tuition and textbooks at any private school in Ohio. Also directly funds the voucher from the state instead of being deducted from the resident school district. So I will follow that and hopefully report on that next month. That concludes my report.
Thank you. Item number 18 is meeting notifications. All meetings listed below are to be held in the Board of Education meeting room unless noted at 2132 Williams Avenue. Item A is the committee meeting for Tuesday, December 12th, 2017. That will be in the Sharpsburg Library at 5:30 p.m. And item B is our regular Board of Education meeting on Thursday, December 21st at 6 p.m., and that will be in the Norwood High School mini auditorium. I would like to make a motion for approval for item 18, A and B. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Miracle. Call the roll, please.
Horsley.
Yes.
Miracle.
Yes.
Scott Dracy.
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Item number 21 is adjournment. I would like to make a motion that we adjourn the meeting. Can I get a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Bryant. Call the roll, please.
Horsley.
Yes.
Bryant.
Yes.
Miracle.
Yes.
Faulkner.
Yes.
Scott Dracy.
Yes.
Thank you.